Detect and Talk of the Day, 5 December, 6:42 a.m. Good morning, everybody. Detect and Talk of the Day. This video will be sent to Minelab engineer, and I'll send it to the XP owner. You see, Sharpshooter is a consultant. Okay? A consultant. And even a lot of my other videos, you know, a manufacturer could watch and they might learn something. As well as users of the equipment, by the way. Most of my videos do show some stuff. Good stuff, too. Okay, well, let me preface this video here by saying, if we dial back a few years, we can dial back more than a few years, actually. More people were probably digging bottle caps with their metal detectors, VLF metal detectors, correct? Now, my first detector was a White's V3i. I believe it had a bottle cap reject on it. And these multi-frequency detectors started coming out. You know, you wasn't going to dig a bottle cap, chances are, with a FBS2 machine made by Minelab. They were revered at basically putting that bottle cap down around a 32 Ferris line, give or take. Now, not all bottle caps read the same. There's some different quality construction. I'm not a metallurgist when it comes to bottle caps, but some bottle caps, truth be told, a bottle cap could be lost today off of some of these higher quality beers, and that thing may lay in the ground in bottle cap status for a long time. It may take it longer to rust out and become basically little to nothing for a metal detector to be challenged by it. Unlike some of the earlier bottle caps made and lost or discarded in the United States and probably throughout the world. So we've seen these multi-frequency detectors come out that can reject them. Okay, the DS2 was released with a bottle cap reject feature. You've got this Ferris limits, iron bias on some of these Minelab machines. The Manicore's got a lower Ferris limits that's adjustable. And then the old legend made by Nocta come out with this, what I would consider crappy ferro check, and then they eventually put a bottle cap reject on it. So what does all this mean? So wouldn't it be a fair statement? A lot of people using this machine will take advantage of the bottle cap reject feature, right? So that is going to mean what? More bottle caps will be left in the wild, right? Percentage-wise. Versus using detectors made 5, 10, 15 years ago by multiple manufacturers. Well, what about that old bottle cap? That bottle cap's a far worse masker than any nail. Okay, you could be on a dry sand beach. You could be on a wet salt beach. You could be at a park, old home site. Oh, you've got a detector that rejects bottle caps. So you go right by it. You don't even hear it. Depending on how deep it is and how the machine is set up. You know, this is not a perfect system, this bottle cap reject, but it can work on shallower bottle caps. Like I said, I'm going to send this video to Minelab engineer and to the XP owner for possible update to the Manicore and the DS2 and our future consideration for future models they decide to make. So where am I going here with this video? I'm going to show you a demonstration with the DS2 and the Manicore, the two top machines currently probably made in the world for multi-frequency. So we use bottle cap reject on these machines and we go by it. We don't hear anything, do we? Or in the case of a DS2, we hear iron tone and we get an iron ID just like we would get on a nail. Well, wonder if we wanted to run bottle cap reject. But when we got over a bottle cap, we had a better idea that it was in fact a bottle cap. Wonder if we had an ID, an indication, or a different sound, or both, that told us, uh-oh, bottle cap. And wonder if you had 3 or 4 of these bottle caps in an area that were spaced out, say 6 inches or 8 inches. Do you realize the amount of real estate that is being masked off from a user of any of these 2 machines I'm talking about, of detecting a non-ferrous fine under them? So what I'm saying is a user dependent may decide to dig a bottle cap due to its high masking abilities, because there could be a nice fine lurking below. Now remember, you don't have to dig it, you would see it in the window. Okay, but currently you don't know. Okay, so I've got this DS2 fired up in the park program. I've took all the factory notch out. This is version 2.0. I've got this IBS bottle cap, and there's that old quarter. Alright. I got the bottle cap setting at number 4. You see what I've got? I've got iron tone with a number 4 in the meter. Alright. Now that quarter's down there, and I'm going to remove the quarter. We didn't detect that quarter, okay? So now I'm back over the bottle cap. See what I've got in that meter? And I've got iron tone. Well, I'm going to take the bottle cap out of the machine. Okay. Now we get tone. We got a 71 in the meter. So if I was not running any bottle cap, I would get that tone. It does behave a little funny, you know. Somebody with some advanced use of this machine, they may figure out that's a bottle cap with this machine, even without running bottle cap. Okay? But wonder if we could go in here and use the bottle cap reject feature. Okay? Bottle cap number 5. And instead of hearing that iron tone and seeing that in the meter, wonder if I had something that flashed up into that screen with an ID, and it had a prefix or a suffix indicating it was a bottle cap. Maybe the user would have an option to dig it, thinking, well, let me dig this. Or what if there's 3 or 4 here scattered 6 or 8 inches, like in an old park? Well, there could be a gold ring or a coin lurking, right? And you would never find it unless you dug the bottle cap. This sort of is in relation to that no notch I talked about with this machine. So we don't really, this machine is not telling us very much. They're running the bottle cap feature. See there? It's not telling us very much. It could tell us more, right? We don't know that's a bottle cap, but we're running bottle cap reject. It reads sort of like a nail, sounds like a nail. But this has a higher masking ability than a nail does generally. Okay, I can put a nail, a coin off to the side of a nail and detect it with this detector. I can't do that with that bottle cap. Okay. Let me turn this camera off, and we're going to fire up this Manicore. Okay, camera back on. I got the Manicore fired up here with some lower ferrous limits dialed in it. See it down there? I got the lower ferrous limits dialed to 9. Now this bottle cap here, you know, it reads fairly high, meaning you got to use more of this preset to reject it versus maybe an older rusty one, but it'll do for this video. So I'm sweeping over this. See that? Now one thing about this Manicore, it does paint down there. See it? The only problem is I'm sweeping this machine along, I don't hear anything. I went right by a bottle cap, or 2 or 3 bottle caps. You see what I'm saying? So I wonder if this machine, okay, sure, it rejects down there and we see it in the screen. I wonder if an ID came up in that window with a prefix or a suffix that maybe said the ID with maybe like a LF, lower ferrous reject, prefix or suffix. That way you could look down, you say, oh, wait a minute, and I will go in here and take out this, I'll take out some of this lower ferrous limit. See what it reads? So I wonder if I looked down at that meter and I seen that 44, it had a prefix or a suffix that said like lower ferrous reject, LF R, lower ferrous reject. So I would get to see it in a screen down there, okay? But now remember now, it would be when I'm rejecting it. See, you wouldn't get it now. You would get it when I have it rejected. So the machine's like, oh, the user's got this rejected. Let's go ahead and sound it off for him so he can look at the screen and be aware that it exists. That's the name of the game here. It's sort of backwards thinking, huh? That's what a sharpshooter does a lot of, boys and girls. Okay? So a bottle cap in a park, if we went out and we looked, for example, at a hard-hunted park, and everybody out there is running machines with bottle cap reject or the ability to reject bottle caps. Well, wouldn't it be sort of nice to know where some of them are? Because there's probably some finds near or under those. And again, what this would mean is the machine is giving more information. See? See, the bottle cap reject's nice, but it's almost too cute by half. So yeah, reject the bottle cap, but let the user know that it exists. That way they can make the decision on what to do. Now, this would be an option. Make this an option on the detector. If you don't want to use it, make it user, you know, an option for the user. I think it would be a nice thing. Wonder what company will come up with this first. Well, that's going to do it for today, folks. I hope everybody has a nice day.